I appreciate the concern. Won't lie, had some hard years. Got caught up in a few lost causes, the particulars of which I'd rather not go into now, if it's all the same. No point jawing about history when our ex-agent friend is out there doing her damnedest to ruin the future. I found you. Oh, and Val's been stalling less since I patched her acclimator. Ship doesn't smell anymore. That's about it. Spratwurst. Be pretty horrifying if I wasn't. I was trying to teach myself some new skills in the galley. Val got it into her hardware. I needed a hobby. I figured Spratwurst ain't an easy meal to mess up. Well, I learned about 20 ways how not to fix a wurst. Like most colonies, Triangulum's known for churning off. Can't remember a time I didn't end the day all banged up, filthy, and smelling like I just crawled out of an exhaust port. It was hard work, sure. Funny thing was, I wasn't even an engineer back then. But I wanted to learn, so I paid attention. I was working late one evening and overheard something I shouldn't have. Some bigwigs exchanging inside information that would have cost the corporation a pretty bit. A day later, I was being accused of corporate. Didn't want to bring any heat down on anyone else, so I went on the run before the first jackboot showed up at my door. Oh, now, you'll have to tell me what those other things are. I was on the run for, I don't even know how long. Then, the Earth Directorate showed up. They liberated Triangulum, pulling me in. I could ask you the same thing. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd gone back to my old life instead of becoming an agent. Stayed on Triangulum. I knew joining up with the Earth Directorate wasn't going to be a life of low turbulence. But at least it'd have dignity and purpose to it. Could have maybe done with a smidge less. But back to your initial question. Do I regret becoming an agent? Only thing I know for sure is my opinion today is colored by more than just the you buttering me up for a favor. I'll tell you right now, I'm not taking extra shifts cleaning the head. I have so many questions I want to ask right now, but I think I'd regret getting... Oh, and thanks for what you said. Maybe I'm not as far away from... My folks shuffled off. They tried their best. I don't like feeling like I was adding to their burdens. Yeah, no point missing something you're never getting back, though. That's either hope or foolishness, Commander, and I can't... Even if we survive the rift, how about this? We ever make it out of this system, I'll take you back to Triangulum, make the introductions myself. Deal? Oh, yeah. They're gonna get a real charge out of you. She was one of the forward agents who went ahead to assess just how bad she was. I liked her. And for some reason, she seemed... Sure was. Kept hoping I might run into her during training. I've got time. See that thing in the sky there? That'll be the Vox relay.
Vox stations serve as key communication hubs for the Protectorate. Unauthorized visitors are likely to be shot or hanged on site.
That's why we're headed to Fairfield first. Less chance of us getting shot while picking up the Breeze Trail. risk of sounding glib, that ain't a good sign.
Correction. The sign seems to be functioning nominally.
Can't say the same for the trooper. Ready to work. On your command.
Company. Must be.
Whoa there, go-getter. Welcome to Fairfield, now under the new and improved management of Auntie's Choice. I'd usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a Yeseng protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all.
You can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's Choice.
Huh. Really? Everyone knows we're cultivating our sprat population for a new deep-fried snack line. So I refuse to fall for such a ham-handed attempt at dissemblance. Look, we're Auntie's Choice. Lying's fine. We downright admire it even, if you pull it off. Next time, try a little harder. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all. Unless you got any questions before you're on your way. As I've never heard of her, can't say I can. Seems like Minister Milverstreet knows everybody, though. Probably ask him. Anything else?
Any choice when you could choose Auntie's Choice.
On the way from the landing pad? Had a convoy out that way. They're overdue. See any sign of them? Damnation. I had a friend on that detail. He always carried this, keepsake. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
Introducing
Well, never too late to start. Plunder's plunder, Auntie always says. Them Protectorate drones been a serious menace of late. Heard Trooper Faulkner shot a few. You find a way to put a stop to them, there's a bounty for it. Bounty terminal's out next to the jail, across from the bar. Just down the lane here a spell. You get to Town Hall, you passed it. What? You been in hibernation or something? We're here to bring the free market's liberation to the people of Arcadia. And Arcadia's bounty to the rest of the galaxy, of course. Oh, we got everything. One of them, at least. Clinic's over there on your left. Watering hole's a bit down on the right. Market's a straight shot down the lane. Before I forget, I have standing orders to send all newcomers to Minister Milverstreet. He's in the town hall. That'd be the one with the giant hologram on it. Can't miss it. Once again, welcome to Fairfield, the official new home of free trade and self-reliance on each.
nature made apples, but Auntie's was made them.
believe some of those Protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of some... You're back, I see. Something to share? Thanks. That'll mean a lot to his family. They can use it to pay his gravesite fees. Fool never bothered keeping up on the payments.
Any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice. Remember, Auntie knows best.
Keep your petty skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time. You'll see. Mark my words.
Auntie's choice is the proud man.
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Can't get that Auntie's Choice jingle out of my head. Hey, if I start humming it, you do what you gotta. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Sure. Always happy to tour around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Whether it's an orifice.
No offense to Val, but it's real nice having someone watching my back who ain't in constant need of recalibration. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Sure. Always happy to tour around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Yes. Oh. No, it was dirty again. Oh. No. Oh. Yes. Oh. No, it was dirty again. Oh. Oh. No. No. Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No,
Auntie.
Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spying. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milverstreet, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs? Splendid, because I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
With that hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips? I have some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure. But surely a go-getter like yourself has more ambitious goals on our island. Share them with me, and we can brave them together. Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing, but for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst. Protectorate subjects willingly submit themselves to a kind of mental reset designed to bring them closer to the Protectorate ideal. But I have reason to believe that their system is less rigid than Protectorate leadership would claim. It's ripe for exploitation. Is there a more beautiful phrase? Grafted soldiers were the subjects of the Enhanced Soldier Program, so named as its intent was to utilize nature to enhance a soldier's natural talents. Unfortunately, the program resulted in many casualties, and what few successes we had were, literally short-lived. I may be a motivator of persons, but I'm also something of a realist. Our grafted soldiers are capable at their apex, but many degrade before accomplishing themselves. I chose Trooper Sealong to grant her the opportunity to be of use, but the grafting program was shuttered with good reason. Best to be thorough. Yes, one additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate. An opportunity to attain my goals and stick my finger in Babylon's eye? Today's as grand as when I led in the performance department showing of Life of a Salesman. Find your way to the Ministry of Accuracy. And if Trooper Sealong is still alive, do send her back here to debrief. She's still contracted to us, after all.
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's Choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
Well, if it ain't D.B. Milver Street's newest sycophant. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, and you can consider that introduction the start and end of our personable relationship. If you'd spoken with me like I suggested, mayhaps the two of us could bandy words, but you didn't. And taking sides with Milver Street means I got no use for you.
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like? Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What I meant to say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch? Of course. Though I must also apologize for my inappropriate courtesy a moment ago. You're here for delectable discountables, not my... Anyway, let's try this again. Welcome to More Perfect Goods, a proud Auntie's Choice franchise. Thanks for noticing. All part of the presentation, of course. Thinks it'd be a mite tricky for anyone to swipe some. I've been working the store going on a few weeks now. Got promoted shortly after Auntie's Choice. Still finding my stride with all the marketing suavities, as you witnessed. Advertising's been a right struggle to get a hold of, much to my chagrin. I don't mean to offer correction, but according to Auntie Cleo's Guide for the Celebrated Salesperson, advertising isn't deception. It's excavation. In the Protectorate, we were told our wants didn't matter as long as our needs were met. But in Auntie's Choice, wanting isn't just permitted, it's encouraged. Took Auntie's aptitude and attitude test like everyone else in town. Scored high in personability and something called numerical dexterity. Now here I am, manager of the best little discount house in all of Paradise Island. I'm inclined to agree. If not for Auntie's, I'd still be a lowly associate waste systems technician with muck on my boots. But enough about me. What's your story? What brings you to Fairfield? Such blandishments overwhelm me. I don't know what to say except thank you. Anyway, can I tempt you into buying something? Gladly. No bet. How can I improve your day the Auntie's way? I'm sure.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just Taro excrement. Heavens, Auntie, you scared the living daylights out of me. Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that. Good way to earn a bullet betwixt the eyes. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation. Sure as I am, there's a fine tale to be told there. It all started the other night. Happened again the next night. Gave chase that I've knocked on doors, but then a being of pure information probably wouldn't linger on this plane any longer than necessary. Well, maybe. I still don't know all the particulars yet, but it's one theory. Right? It's all gotta go somewhere after we cash in our bits. Who's to say some of that matter don't stick around in one form or another? I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just be careful.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. Though what an odd thing to die for. Apples. Spare me such timid drivel. We needn't waste time. Of course, I know why you're really here. You have come to exact retribution for our larceny at your greenhouse. How coincidental. When we've finished here, your fellows will call your death the greenhouse's stolen bounty, offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays. I am merely quivering with rage over this insulting interrogation, and that scent you so subtly pointed out is the aroma of...
Thought I saw you disappear in here. Oh. Seems I've stumbled into quite the shindig. You lot been hiding out in here all this time? Touch cramped, ain't it? You've got me there. Nothing enigmatical about a trio of
The more I listen to you invaders
Not very copious.
If this exchange is not to your liking, I can accommodate you with a bullet instead. Spare me your insults. They mean less than nothing coming from the mouth of a corporate pet. I would sever my own hands at the wrist rather than sign a corporate contract. A generous offer, but we prefer to die in the service of the Sovereign. I will admit, dying like a cornered sprat is not the righteous future the Order predicted for me. But what other option is there? Failure is disallowed. Surrender is treason. Very well. With so many invaders yet to slay, I would be remiss to relinquish our lives in such an...
That was some slick talking. Can't believe you got them to surrender without firing a shot. I thought for sure we'd have to... Guess I had this mystery all wrong. A small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright... I lost a... friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish. I appreciate that. Never really talked about the direction of my thoughts on this topic with no one before.
How many other Protectorate loyalists do you suppose are embedded in Fairfield? Let that thought haunt you.
DeVries sure has some shit. Red symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. It seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon... All that was left was the wake. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it, and I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore... I did it. They are all dead. And I am but the complete... I can only keep...
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? No. No. You didn't know her. Not like I did. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy. We all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done, and better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us. Reckon so. Some might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers. Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks. Used to think they were good people trying to do right by their beliefs. But if they put the idea in DeVries' head to leave us for dead, I don't take issue with folks clinging to whatever keeps them afloat. Math, science, the grand architect, Void, even capital. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue. That's different. Everything we've done so far has been for the mission, to save everyone. You forget we're on the same side here, Commander? I'm not the only one DeVries wronged. She robbed you of 10 years of your life. Don't you want recompense for that? Exactly. We get answers, then she gets a bullet.
Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order, reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that.
Pulverizing them suffice? Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to, one might say, and perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort. And with a void... if you too have... I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner. Which I would not mind if the threat of I would much rather stay. One wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to see. I see. It takes great courage or desperation to acknowledge the wrongs of one's society. And even more to leave it entirely. Or perhaps he will manage to prove me wrong with his powers of persuasion yet again. Very well. I ought to focus. I work directly with In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild raptidons. It's most agreeable. Oh, dear. I rather hoped that Copernicus rolled off the tongue a sight better than designation C0P3R. I suppose I'll ensure he
management.
That's the third drone in as many days. Where are the void damn things coming from? Not likely. But thanks for the concern all the same. Of course, we could have staunched the flow of drones by now if Officer Carr dispatched another patrol, as I requested. But no. Officer Carr... She'll quote, so instead of allocating necessary resources, she set up a bounty terminal, handing our defense spending over to freelancers. Stranger, you and I are if you're keen on lending a hand, bounty terminal's just left of the Carr doesn't trust me with that kind of work anymore. Sometimes they send, but really wish I'd go out there and...
Might I have a word, Commander? I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. You remember that doctor I mentioned? One saved my life after Horizon Point? Well, I've heard he's here on the tracked on the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course. I'm being serious here, Commander. I had some... That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran. Much as I might love to jaw about that special interest of mine, this business with Zeb's gotta come first. After I've recovered I had my orders. I was to stay... I agree. We worked often than not. Our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying... Wouldn't have expected you to see it that way. Anyway. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. Much appreciated. Westport's on... Seems nowhere on Paradise Island's gone untouched by this war.
Enthusiastically neutralizing undead.
I'm the one you need to worry about. The hair! The hole in the head!
I'll take fighting raps over living in a surveillance state any day.
Of symmetry. Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate
Ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed! So, we got ourselves a hero.
These things take time, Commander.
Benefit available at your request.
Great. Cursor on the walls and down the ceiling.
Desperate sure wouldn't want this in the wrong hands. So it's probably exactly what Bill wants.
Nope. You and I need to have a chat. You pushed right past me and into the fray with those rats. Handled yourself well enough, but you can't go doing that on this island. You're lucky if the worst you come face to face with are malnourished beasts. What are you here for anyway? Oh, he hired you. To find details on mental refreshment, right? Well, I'm Inez Silong, former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division, now menial troubleshooter. And that was my job you swept out from under me. I know, I ain't blaming you. That's part of climbing the ladder. Ain't but one rung at the bottom, and everyone's keen to get a foothold. They're always counting me out. Every single one of them. And now, they ain't even letting me finish the jobs they send me on. Kinda making it hard to prove. And this rep didn't even have anything that could help my graft. This whole thing's a wash. Sick of it. Well, the only people who believe that are in this room right now. Including that dead rap direct. I'm considered a liability. My graft's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon, too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now. I just know I can do more. Weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones. No, Enhanced Soldier Division. Bet they'd erase it from the... I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the program for a time. She's a good one. She's bound by contract to work on whatever task Fairfield's illustrious leader set her to. Nothing else. But she also ain't quite got the hang of the employment thing. You looked at the fine print of an employment contract lately? It says any action taken by a worker that could result in impeded work must be approved. Not only would trying to fix my graft impede my work, but it's also financially unviable, unproven, a risky investment. Could pursue fixing it myself were I out of my contract. But if I attempted to end it, I'd have to waive all employment rights for the next year. That's a non-starter. All right. Suppose if you've been in my position and managed to do well for yourself, could be an option worth keeping on the table, if all else fails. Get the feeling you will. Think I'll head back to town myself and have words with Milver Street. But don't let that impede you.
Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. Shame she's with Auntie's Choice.
Trusted assistance currently unavailable.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Remember, Auntie knows best.
Ah, hell. I've stood this post so many times I could do it less.
Never catch a break. Finally find a way to get ahead, and this happens.
I don't much appreciate you undermining my work, Minister. When have I ever not made a go of a job for you, huh? Is it so damn hard to extend a mind of trust?
Calm down. You know well would not have been necessary had you completed your task in a timely manner.
I'll calm down when you stop braying your little excuses. How about that?
Mine? My son. Fair Trooper Sealong, no mind. The individuality encouraged by Auntie's choice sometimes inspires employees to speak out of turn. How has your progress been? Have you acquired what we discussed? Excellent! At least that someone in my employ can be relied upon. Here, have one of my finest suits as a token of thanks. May it aid in your capture of hearts and minds.
Again, you gave away my job and told my replacement to send me home. That don't make me wayward, and it sure as shit don't make me unreliable. If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now.
You mean grant preferential treatment to a subpar contractor? And I suppose the bits for such a procedure shall simply manifest from the ether?
And if I die or leave, how do you reckon failure to retain an enhanced soldier would look to upper management, huh?
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hat?
That's it. I'd rather be a down-and-outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit!
Are you mad? Has everyone around? This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's choice once more. We'll not take a contract shirker back into...
So you say. But Auntie's choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. And you, I got a proposition for you.
She will most assuredly regret her decision. Most assuredly. But, I suppose, the acquisition of this information is but the first part of my plan to bring our foes into the fold and to ensure my future. The second is my operation in Westport. I should have known better than to try to bait an individual as savvy. I shall speak openly then. Bringing Westport to heel will deliver me not only my future, but the tools to aid you in your endeavor to enter the Vox Station. Verily, I've a kit of supplies to aid you, items to cajole or to dissuade. Sabotage the town or sway the citizenry. The choice is yours. Should pose no trouble for a go-getter like you. Perhaps. The kit contains a wide variety of tools, propaganda, equipment, and more. Some items may serve as honey, swaying the naysayers to our side. Others are blunt implements, crippling infrastructure to slather on a bit of elbow grease and you'll certainly succeed. I'm sure there are kindred spirits in Westport. No one wholly resists Auntie. Excellent. With that, I shall mark the locale. Begin. Now, I'm sure you've asked yourself for a task, so, well, wonder no longer. For the completion of this deed, I'm prepared to offer you an exact replica of my one-of-a-kind, limited production, gentle person's Oxonian. Of course, I'll be happy to pay you as well, but I was under the impression that good looks were priceless. I don't think you understand. The Reserve Oxonian is functionally identical to the one I wear. If anything, the replica. I've grown attached to this one and would prefer not to part with it. And really, is anything truly one of a kind? Not from the universal perspective. Very well. You succeed in the conversion of Westport, and I will supply you my limited production gentle person's Oxonian. If I must. Then consider yourself officially deputized in the war to further innovation. Be forewarned. I can only guess at the needs of the denizens of Westport. You must engage with them, gauge their situation. Only then can you motivate them adequately. While I can't say for certain, I strongly suspect not. Westport no longer possesses any strategic value. The Protectorate has no reason. Still, I would come prepared with anything you think you might require. Paradise Island brims with danger, even if Westport itself seems safe. Do I look like Officer Carr to you? Guns.
Is it me, or has... Anyway, need something, Commander?
All done in there? Was hoping we could chat. Hope that little dust-up back there didn't put you off. My contract had me caged, and I was glad to get a few licks in during the jail. Got a proposition. Since I'm newly free-ranged, and you're free-ranged yourself, thinking we ought to... If you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me. Don't matter what you set your mind to... And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to be welcomed back into Auntie's Choice. Had a feeling you knew a good offer when you seen it. Once I'm in top form, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see what I'm capable of. Doc Tinsley worked with Grafs for some time before she came to Fairfield. Damn fine science.
This much of a crowd's not likely to keep a low profile. Someone ought to head back to mind the ship.
Acknowledged.
After you.